Ma'am Queen?
Ma'am Jean?
Try daw ang share screen, ma'am.
Sige. Wait lang ha.
Sige po.
Disabled participant.
Ilang ma'am. I-co-host daw ta kami.
Live mo din.
Sige. Fox na lang, ma'am. Sige daw, Ma'am Queen.
Ayun. Try lang na po.
Klaro, ma'am.
Ay, wait lang. Okay. Okay na, Ma'am Jean. Pero Ma'am Jean, kung mag-share screen no kay makita ba nimo ang kuan mga tao sa mga tao dyan. Mga tao sa sa Zoom?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first day of the internship orientation with the theme of Shaping Oneself Towards Becoming a 21st Century Teacher. For the information of the participants for this event, we will give you until 8:45 a.m. to fill out the Google form that will serve as your time in attendance for this event. The Google form link will be given on the chat box. Thank you. To formally start this event, let us all give our attention to the opening prayer, followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and the JMC hymn.
Sikoy ko kamig himo Pambansang Awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisitil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagkikinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walang pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Blessed Maria, hail to the great Academy. The emblem of glory and grace, beloved alma mater dear. The path you have laid bare, with future bright we dare. Walking through your halls, echoes of triumph and victory calls. Forever grateful we will be. Jose Maria College, raising a standard high for all the world to see. Forever grateful we will be. Jose Maria College, raising a standard high for all the world to see. You are the builder of tomorrow, the blueprints in your hand, sealed with a soul and promise, bound by an oath we stand. For you are a strong tower, a pillar of truth and light, a beacon shining brightly. Your presence we hold dearly. Forever grateful we will be. Jose Maria College, raising a standard high for all the world to see. Forever grateful we will be. Jose Maria College, raising a standard high for all the world to see. Raising a standard high for all the world to see.
Once again, to the faculty of the College of Teacher Education, to our participants, the interns of the College of Teacher Education, to our speakers, and to everyone who's watching this event, good morning. I would like to welcome everyone to the first day of the internship orientation with the theme of Shaping Oneself Towards Becoming a 21st Century Teacher. I am Jane May Nanale, a second year student of the College of Teacher Education and also one of the FEDA officers, your host for today. Now, to begin this program, we are pleased to have Ma'am Jean Dagatan, a faculty member from the College of Teacher Education, to deliver the opening remarks.
to the faculty of the College of Teacher Education, and to the interns of the College of Teacher Education, good morning. Welcome to the internship orientation with the theme Shaping Oneself Towards Becoming a 21st Century Teacher. Let me first start this speech with a review about our life's experience. Back when we were young, I'm sure that we all had encountered the undying question of our teachers. What do you want to become when you grow up? Some of you might have a very firm answer to that. Some might have confusions on what you really want. And some might say, Kuan, kanang teacher na lang, kay sayon ra i-explain. To tell you the truth, I am guilty with that statement. I never imagined in my life that I have become what I have become right at this moment. I don't know why I did go to this kind of idea, which is to get an education course. I am impatient, tactless, and rational type of person. All of the qualities that are far beyond from being a teacher. But there's one word that changes all my preconceived notions in life: experience. Because in life, you are given a test that teaches you a lesson. And that lesson is called experience. We might have different reasons why we chose to become a teacher. Many teachers discover that their love of children draws them to to teaching, or that their own love of learning makes them passionate about teaching. Some might have chosen education because they want to make a difference. Whatever reasons you have there in mind, always remember that we, teachers, are born to save lives. Too often, we give our students answers to remember rather than problems to solve. We need to change the color of education in the classroom by making our students realize that learning goes far beyond the book. It is about reflecting what we have learned from the classroom and make it tangible to what we are doing right now. For us to become an effective teacher, we need to be properly equipped with the skills and raised interns level of preparedness in order to face, meet, and overcome challenges in the classroom setting more effectively, especially now that we are in the new normal process of education, which is in online classes. And that is also one of the reasons why we have this internship orientation for our interns to be well prepared with online classes. As what Jim Ron says, if someone is going down the wrong road, he doesn't need motivation to speed him up. What he needs is education to turn him around. Once again, good morning and welcome to the first day of our internship orientation with the theme Shaping Oneself Towards Becoming a 21st Century Teacher.
Thank you, Ma'am Jean Dagatan, for those wonderful remarks, no? And now, without further ado, please help me welcome our first speaker, Ma'am Effie S. Magata, a professor from the College of Teacher Education, who will present to us about personality development. Virtual clap, please.
Thank you, Jane. Virtual clap, please. Oh, thank you so much for that. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ma'am Jean. Good morning, Ma'am Queen, Ma'am Loy, and the rest of us here. So good morning, everyone. I'm so privileged to have this given this opportunity to talk about personality development. When I received this one, well, I still remember last time when Ma'am Jean told me to speak about personality development, and what came to my mind was that really personality development. All right, all right. So, well. If you are a teacher, well, of course, I'm so proud, and of course, everybody is so proud, and you will be so proud that you will become a teacher. And of course, I am. Though I was I back and behind me, I thought of, oh really, personality development. So I did my best. And then of course, if you are a teacher, as much as possible, do not say no to these things, because that is really one of the things that you need to face. And that is really one of the things that you really have to, okay, aja laban, all right. So well, I did my best during that time. I don't know if I my best was enough, but of course, this time I was asking myself, oh, really? Again? Okay, something like that. So, you know what? If you're a teacher, that is, of course, there are things that run into our minds, but then just keep it to ourselves. We still have to bring out what's best for, not for others only, but also for us as person or as teacher, because that is a part of personality development. So personality development does not end there. Personality development is a continuing process. Okay. Well, thank you so much. So I think that was like some realization I had. And then well, nobody is perfect. Okay, we cannot say that, oh, your personality is perfect, my personality is perfect. Oh, gotcha, your personality, I like that so much because you're perfect. We know that that person is not perfect, yet we love his or her personality, because there is something from that person that influence us to change our behavior. So that is personality. There is something in you that you, let us say na permanent in you, that in na makita ng iba na, oh, that is something that I may be able to change my behavior. So I have some questions here before I really start about personality development of those who will become or our future teachers. Let me share these, questions to ponder here. As you go along with these questions, you have to think about it. If are you this person, or do you encounter these people or this kind of person? So of course, first thing is you are going to ask yourself, okay, if you are this person. So the first question here, all right, you have your, okay, do you know anyone like this? Or maybe, oh, I am like this. All right, so the first question is, walking with head down, are you that kind, or do you know a person walking head down? All right, so I will tell you later about these things before we go deeper on how we're going to really develop our personality, or how we're going to help ourselves to be somebody, not that somebody to look up, but somebody to influence for, better living, okay, or to become better person. Not making eye contact when talking. All right. Actually, eye contact is really necessary when you are talking. So, do you know somebody not making eye contact when talking? So that is one of the things. The second thing that you have to put into your mind, or are you such a person? Okay, not making eye contact when talking. Then, teasing others. So, are you the one who finds enjoyment in teasing others? Take note. Then we have here saying negative things about others. Okay, that's a big no. Or no, we know about that, because we don't like to imagine that people are talking behind us or about us without us knowing about it. And then people know so many things about us, pero tayo mismo, hindi natin alam na, uy, ganun pala tayo. So, well, are we this kind of person saying negative things about others? Then speaking very loudly. What do we mean by this? Speaking very loudly. We know if you are a teacher, we really have to speak loud enough for the students at the back to hear our voice. But do we mean by this? Excessive boasting about their achievements. Then, all right. So those are the questions. Now let's go back to the first. So the first one here is, wait lang, balikan natin. All right, walking with head down. You know what? Some people really feel that they are not worthy not worthy. Find it very hard to make, sorry, to make eye contact with other people. So what they usually do, head down. So you know what? With that notion, with that act of a person, we can say na you are avoiding a connection, and that is really something na your personality will be behind. Okay, So you are making you are they avoid making a connection because they assume others have the same negative view of them as they do. So you know what, if you are such a person, like you are walking with head down because you are thinking that, oh, that person may think negative about me, you think that way because that's the way you are. So that's the way we are. So of course that is the thing na dapat nating i-ponder na, uy, if you think that way, na if you think other people are thinking, or I mean thinking negative about you, so maybe there is always a tendency that you are such, you are like that. So of course we don't want to show that kind, or we don't want that other people may think about that. So as much as possible, remove that from our thoughts. Okay, next we have here, wait, uh sorry, not making eye contact when talking. Yes, pareho lang na sila. Not making eye contact when talking. This is usually a physical expression na of shame and embarrassment or lack of confidence. So, of course, kapag ulaw ka or 'di ba o nahihiya ka, of course, medyo monlingyo ang imuhang mata. You cannot look straight to the person's eye because this is your simple physical expression na, oh, uh, ulaw ka, and then or embarrassment or lack of confidence. So, these things are showing that you have low self-esteem, okay, or we have low self-esteem. Then teasing others, so third is teasing others. So if you're going to tease others, will it make you a better person? So that is really, if you're going to tease others, like ridicule them or making or humiliate them or just making fun of them, well, the question is, will it make you a better person? So you are just showing that, or we are just showing, if we are doing this, especially when we hurt other people's feeling, we are just showing that we have this low self-esteem. Pinapasa lang natin sa iba. So yun yung parang we have to put in our minds na, oy, these are the things that we need to avoid. Okay. Now, using negative things about saying negative things about others. Again, pareho lang na siya sa teasing others and saying negative things about others. Will it make you a better person? Okay, so of course not. So, well, if you feel bad about yourself, often you find negative things about others. So that's the fact. If you feel bad about yourself, about negative things about yourself, so you are going to, the tendency is you are going to find negative things about others. Parang i-cover up ba? Okay, so that is fact, of course, from the readings I had. Okay, all right, I'm not going to say that these are all taken from me, but of course, according to my research, or I mean, when I read things about personality development, so if you are going to think negative, if you think negative about yourself, there is always a tendency that you will think negative about others. So just to cover, all right. So this is usually a defense mechanism. Okay, defense mechanism mo siya because you think bad about yourself. You think negative things about yourself. So most times it is a simple case of making yourself or ourselves feel or look better by making others look bad, but it won't change anything. All right. And then speaking very loudly or excessive boasting about their achievement. So, if you are seeking to fight feelings of worthlessness, you are going to try to convince yourself and others na yung parang reverse ba, by continually talking about how good you are. Kasi you are not confident about yourself. And then para bang you are going to us, or you are going to bring this out just to boast what you have or your achievement, because you are trying to look very important to others. Okay? Kasi you know what, you are just seeking, or ay parang bang you are, yung parang you want to feel that you are worthy. So the tendency is you keep on boasting the achievement, excessive. It's okay that you are going to say something about your achievement, because of course one of the purposes of that is that you are going to inspire other people. But of course lahat ng sobra hindi nakakabuti. Ang tingnan niyo diyan ng word excessive. So when we say excessive boasting, and the word is, it's really boasting. Okay? It's boasting there. So that is not really good. It's okay. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na you are not going to say something about your achievement. That is really something that we can be proud of. Okay? But of course, our purpose is to inspire other people, to motivate other people, not to like you seek feeling of worth. You want to feel worthy, you want to feel important. Okay, so of course that's not the thing there. So you can say something about your achievement, but your purpose is to motivate, to inspire those listeners. Okay, not of course excessive boasting. So of course, sino ba maging proud sa achievement natin? Number one, of course, tayo. Kasi if we are not going to be proud of our achievement, how can we let others be proud of us? All right? So, andun yun. Hindi binabawal na you want to share. But of course, your purpose is to inspire and to motivate, not to feel or not to seek attention or to feel worthy or to feel like you are the best person in the universe. All right. And then speaking, yung kanina, yung speaking very loud. So if you feel or if we feel insignificant or worthless, so worthless, believe that others see us as unimportant too. So kapag using, I am unimportant, kasi nasa mind mo yan eh. Isip mo, isip natin unimportant tayo. The tendency again, we are thinking na other people are thinking na hindi tayo importante, na we do not matter to them. So yun ang tendency. Kaya we are speaking loudly, all right? So this is seeking attention. Simply seeking attention. All right. Now, are you such a person? Kasi ito lahat kasi kapag we show this one, or if we are this kind of person, we are showing 50% low self-esteem. And of course, if we are teachers, let's do away from low self-esteem, because of course we are going to face young's lives, we are going to deal with young's lives. Okay, we are going to handle these kids, and of course we have to show them that we don't have this low self-esteem, because imagine we are model, we are these anong tawag tinitingnan ng mga students, okay, or ng mga youngs. So isa pa dito is that, are you evading social interactions? Facing or having the students is part of social interaction. Okay, so when you feel you are bound to be rejected, you will try to avoid situations that will reinforce your belief. So, yun ang tendency na you avoid social interaction. All right, so this is introduction about the yung self low yung self low self-esteem. I'm going to present to you yung, if you are at a 21st century teacher first, kung sino ka dapat, kung ano ka dapat if you are 21st century teacher. And then after that, how are we going to help ourselves to like, yung para bang, how are we going to help ourselves to become that 21st century teacher? All right, so I'm going to open another folder here about, so I got it from DepEd. Nagpalaban ko sa DepEd, no? So, of course, I'm going to share DepEd, yung parang page nila or yung PowerPoint presentation nila. Okay, so let me share. This is, I know you encountered these things already, and I just want to share about this to remind you before we are going to talk about the development of our personalities. Okay, so wait. Nani lang. If I don't share my screen, I see beautiful faces. Thank you. You open your screen. All right, so we have here to become the best teacher. Actually, guys, we are not to be real. Hindi tayo yung 21st century teachers. Okay? When we become 80 years old na, kung sino ang magiging teachers during that time, kung real lang kita, i-count lang yun natin, logic, philosophy, or if we really have to count the time, I mean the year, 80 years old na ta, kay basing unya kami, 100 years old na. Alright, take note of this. You are 70 or 80 years old bago pa ang real 21st century teachers. But don't be sad. Bakit? Mas dako ang inyuhang papel or you have bigger role to mold these 21st century teachers. Tinatawag na you are 21st century teachers. According, nakalimutan ko lang, sorry ha, dili ingon nga ako'y nagbuhat-buhat ani. I read this from anong tawag natin doon. Nakalimutan ko lang talaga ang person. I wasn't able to go back to get the author of this one. Not only one author, 3 authors po nabasa ko na ang 21st century teachers are those kapag 80 years old na tayo or 70 years old na tayo, isali ko na sarili ko kasi I feel young. Alright, kapag 20 or 70 years old na kayo, yun pa ang 21st century teachers. Kasi yun ang 21st, ang mga youngs, okay? Tayo, mas dako ang ato ang papel o mas lisod ang atong papel. Kamo, okay, apil-apil jud ko, tigwa-tig sabiya ko, okay? Ang dili ko takes feeling young and you just keep smiling. That is one of the personalities na dapat nating i-discuss. Keep smiling. Bahalag, nagpangagot ang ngipon, bahalag lagot. Smile lang gyapon. Just to keep yourself young. Okay. Bahalag nagpangunot diha, when you smile, mawala ang kunot. Okay. Well, anyway, mas dako ato ang role, mas dako ato ang papel, kaysa aning 21st century teacher. Wala pa na sila gipanganak. Okay. Kay ngano, kita ang mumold sa ilaha. I-mold nato ang mumold sa ila. Okay? Nang gitawag na lang siya, logic na lang siya nga, we are 21st century teacher. Kay kita ang gina-prepare para mas i-prepare or so that na mo come out ang best 21st century teachers. So sa atua pa lang time, nag-start sa inyo ha pa lang time, nag-start na ang pag-mold to have 21st century teachers. Kaya ang personality development appeal gid na kasi ang life manggod kasi we have 3 Qs, di ba? Yung intelligence quotient, di ba? Tapos IQ at EQ, EQ and yung social, di ba? So of course, intelligence and then EQ and then of course yung social interaction natin. Okay. Of course, kasali palagi dyan yung personality natin. How can we deal with this thing intellectually if our emotion or our emotion is low, okay? So, personality development. Hindi lang tayo naka-focus solely sa intellect. That's why, if you remember, or to those who were under me before, I kept on telling them na I don't care too much on your perfect score. I am going to look at your behavior, your diligence as a person, as a student. So kasi dapat 50-50 yan eh. Hindi lang, okay, 100 ka and then 100 ka always and yet imong batasan something like something like that. All right. So let me share this taken from DepEd. Okay, to become the best teacher. All right. Characteristics of a 21st century teacher. So 21st century educators are able to adapt. Okay, so the curriculum, the requirements to teach the curriculum, imaginative ways, software, hardware design for a business model, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yung teaching style to be inclusive of different modes of learning. So we need to have these different modes of learning. All right, wait lang. Ang importante dito, itong nasa box mamaya. Wait lang guys, hindi ko maklik. Wait lang po. Muna yung problema usahay pag picture lang ang i-share kay di siya mo automatic og move. Okay. It's not moving talaga. Sorry guys. All right. Wait lang. Stop sharing. Wait lang po. Saan na yun? Okay. First. Do you see my screen guys? Jane, makita ako ang screen, Jane?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so we have here adapter. So the 21st century teacher as a communicator must be fluent in tools and technologies that enable communication and collaboration anywhere, anytime. Okay? And they do not only know how to do communication, they also know how to facilitate, stimulate, control, moderate, and manage communication. Number two, communicator. Of course, take note of these things na lang here on this screen. So this really matters here. All right. So, yan. So the 21st century teacher as a learner must be lifelong learners. Yes. If you are a teacher, it doesn't mean that you have to stop learning there because you're already a teacher. No, it is. Or if you are a teacher, you are still a learner. Okay, continue to absorb experiences and knowledge. Endeavor to stay current, change, and learn as the horizons and landscape changes. Okay, parang yung ano tumultuous landscape. Naalala ko yung tumultuous landscape. Yung theme nato sa ano ma'am, itong Employees Day pa to, oh, horizon and landscape changes. All right. Then the learner. So if you're a teacher, you are the learner. The 21st century teacher as a visionary must have rich imagination. Yes, we have to run our minds, okay? See the potential and grasp and manipulate the emerging tools and web technologies. Look at others' ideas and envisage how they would use these in their class and look across the disciplines and through the curricula and make links that reinforce the value learning in other areas. So, adapter, communicator, learner. Now, visionary, yes, visionary, a 21st century teacher as a leader, leads by example, by championing processes and modeling skills, walks the talk, is an advocator, early adopter, or a maverick. Set clear goals and objectives crucial to the success of a project. A model, of course, a 21st century teacher as a collaborator must be able to leverage collaborative tools like linkage, and block. Okay, yun na itong mga gamit. If ngayon, sa time natin na yun, well, social or virtual classes, of course, we will really dig deeper kung ano yung uh, pwede at ano yung pwede natin magawa. Explore this virtual world. Okay. Then the collaborator and yes, the collaborator. All right. So those are the things that we need to take note as 21st century teachers. Now, if you're going to think about it, it's not easy. Yes, it's not really easy. So look at this. Commitment. 5 C's. Commitment, competence, creativity, compassion, character. So, pwede pa mo atras if you don't want to have this roles of a teacher, atras na mo, mintas pa mo ni graduate. Alam, Ma'am Jean, di-discourage ako sila. Dili. I've been a teacher for 21 years. I started teaching when I was 20. I started when I was, 21 years ang teaching experience ako, and I had 17 years teaching in college and in professionals, and then 1 year teaching experience elementary, 1 year in high school, and 1 year in senior high school. So, you know what? My learning is continuous talaga. I never stop. So, for example, right now, I learn from the learner. I learn from the learners. I learn from the students. I'm not going to say that the students must learn from me. Yes, of course. The students must learn from us because we are the teachers. But take note, we are also learning from the students. There are really students who are they are not intending to teach you, but of course sometimes if they are asking you a question, that question will make us realize tama no. You know what? If you know how to admit it, things are easy. So, well, I can really compare my personality now compared to my few years of teaching. I can say na, oy, I am able to develop myself fully. But of course, I'm still learning. If I'm going to compare my previous years or my early years. All right. Well, anyway, punta na tayo. 30 minutes yung introduction. Okay, actually. So, hindi natin to do this introduction. My goodness. Hindi yung introduction. O, sige. So, let's go na sa personality development. Ayaw mo kakulba. Okay, easy lang ni. Isa lang yun ang timanan nato. Be positive. All right, yun lang. Be positive. Okay, so, okay, guys, I have 37 slides. Okay, 1 minute, 1 slide. All right. Well, anyway, sabi kasi ni Ma'am Jean, 1 hour eh. Okay, ubusin natin yung 1 hour na to. All right, anyway. Sana lang. All right. So ngayon, let's go to this one. Well, of course, I had presented this kanina, pero this is in connection to the personality development. All right. So we have here, what is a teacher? Well, who are we? That's the question. Oh, I am a teacher. I am teaching you your lesson. Is that enough? No, it's not enough. So teacher is the vital part of the educational system. Of course, it's a very big role talaga. Teach, inspire, encourage, grow, dream, passion, idea, courage, learn, dedication, drive, strength, develop, heart, honesty, and then believe, love. All right. Then personality. What do we mean by personality? Of course, there is something in you that we can say, oh, this is Mom Jean. This is Mom Queenie. Because why I can say, oh, that's Mom Queen ba? Oh, that's Mom Jean ba? Because there is something na, okay guys, that one half sheet of paper. Sino yan? Sino yan? Okay. Paisag-isag ko no, hay, anyat. Diniti ko, ibagsak ta ka. Sabi na, pasa na. O, kinsa na. I'm not going to tell you who's that. Okay, okay, based sa iyahalo po sharing. Pero, naamoy ma-imagine dayon. Of course, katong ma-imagine ninyo because you know that person's personality. Kaya isa, bagsak ka, oy, wala na chance. Biambi na, pasa. Alright, or something, personality. Okay, there's nothing wrong about that. That is really something na, kasi we are unique eh. Alright, okay class, o sige, one half nag-quiz ta. So let's have a quiz today. Alright, so you know what? Because of that, we can say about because we are thinking about the person, the person. So ano yung nakita natin sa kanya? Bakit ma-identify natin? Because that is his or her personality na palagi nating nakikita. Ano yun ang nakatatak natin sa kanya? Ngayon, ang question is, ano kayang gagawin natin para yun din ang makatatak sa students natin? Alright, unique tayo eh. We're not going to say na we really have to do this all together and then be uniform. Uniform tayo. No. Kasi iba ka, iba tayo. We are unique. So personality doesn't mean just the characteristic and appearance of a person which grows and develops as age proceeds. Okay? It needs constant direction. Take note of that. Mag-quiz, no? I take note of that. Constant direction towards sincerity, personal integrity, sociability, courtesy, morality, wisdom, etc. These characteristics should be a part of one's teacher's life. Daghan kaayo kay. Kaya pa ba nato ni? Atras na. Mientras wala, ayaw na, kung medyo naglisod ka, ayaw na tagay-gugat na trabaho si Ma'am Jean. Atras na. Okay? Actually, this is a challenge. All right. So they are the necessary ingredients of a successful teacher. Yes. Well, anyway, okay, this is not excessive boasting, huh? But of course, I'm going to say, oh, to become a successful teacher doesn't mean that you have so much money. No. To become a successful teacher is you yourself are confident na I am able to mold the students. Hindi, becoming a successful is not only having so much money in your pocket. Okay? Not that. Becoming a successful teacher is that you are confident that you are able to impart knowledge. You are able to help these kids. You are able to change lives. Grabe, change lives. Teacher's role, change lives. Grabe, bugata uy. Okay, then we have here, what is personality development? So, na-attach na nato ang development dire. Enhancing and grooming one's outer and inner self to bring about a positive change to your life. Not only fixing yourself, I mean, makeup, lipstick, suklay, not only that, but of course, your inner self also. Na pwede nimo mapasa sa uban that can influence others. Includes boosting one's confidence. Of course, you can boast your confidence. Improving communication and language speaking abilities. Widening one's scope of knowledge. Developing certain habits or skills. Learning fine etiquettes and manners. Adding style and grace to the way one looks, talks, and walks. And overall, imbibing oneself with positivity, liveliness, and peace. Okay, liveliness and peace. Emphasizing on the quality behavior. Yes, and focusing personality development of teachers as they are the links of trust between parents and the school. It's not that we are you know what, when we are a teacher we are not going to face the students alone, but of course we have to include the parents to our lives. They are part of our lives already. So the personality of a teacher just does not play a crucial role on students and enhancing their growth and development, but it builds confidence among the parents. Yes, confident na, oh, I can entrust my child to you. I can give my child's, future to you. That is something, another bugat na papel. All right. And then teachers act as a brand ambassador. Take note of that. Branding of an educational institution is in the hands of a teacher in maintaining parental and children relationship. Another bugat na papel. All right. And then mind projections of personality development of a teacher. Smile ha, keep smiling. Balong ng pangagot, padagang problema, smile lang gyapon. All right. Then here, balikta. No, paspas. Sana yun. Okay, communication skills. Okay. Sa mukha ninyo mga namumutabon man sa ko ang slide. Alright. Okay, communication skills. Communication and presentation skills are critical in teaching and as well as in communicating with the parents. Take note. Again, when you're a teacher, you're in your life, not only the learners, also the students. Okay. You know what? I'm looking at you, diba? This is one of the things that you are going to develop. It needs practice. And it takes me years to do this. When talking, sometimes, I really have to look at the screen. Yeah, sometimes I'm looking at you, not right now. All right. Something. All right. Eyes. That is, kahit virtual tayo, we can. This is, of course, part of presenting yourself. Andito tayo, communication skills. All right? And the communication skills, kahit virtual lang, ayaw mo focus sa inyong screen. Muragutag na as a stage na mag-glance pud ta. Pag glance nato, the good thing is isa lang kabangag atong tan-awon ang camera lang sa ato ang laptop. All right, mao ni ato ang glancing sa virtual world. All right, so look at that. I'm just looking at you. Communication skills. Well, we have to accept the fact hindi pa natin alam kailan lalayas ang COVID na yan. So, andito tayo sa virtual world. So, ngayon pa lang kasi andito tayo it is one of the presentation, communicating with the learners, with the students, with the parents. Look at the camera, look into the eyes. All right, so that's it. Hindi ka ma-disturb kasi you are not looking the real eyes. Ma-disturb lang man kita sa real eyes. All right, so ngayon gana. All right, and then glance to your screen and then look at the cam. Okay, pero you know what, this is my idea. Hindi ko ito binasa, akin itong idea. Baka mamaya may magalit, sa akin magalit. Mawala si COVID or dili, tanaw na ako, dili na mawala ang virtual class. So I mean virtual world. Kay actually wala pa si COVID, nag-virtual na biya ang mga West, diba? West countries. Nag-virtual na biya sila. Wala na biya mo adtog class na ana biya mga school na wala dili na mo adto og kanang physical school gyud. Online na gyud biya sila tanan. All right. So anbot lang sa Philippines kay murag sa atoa mas gwapo pa man gyud ang kana bitong interaction jud. All right, live interaction. What time is it? Uy, 9:37 pa. Okay. Tama ra po, kay daghan pa kay siya. Ma'am Jean, salamat sa isa ka oras, ganahan ra ko. Trustworthiness. Okay. The teacher enhances the faith and trustworthiness of the parents towards the institution and school. Ngano ako man siyang giingon sa inyo ha. Kasi knowing these things man good, we may be able to adjust our personalities. Okay, later we're going to deal with those personalities. All right, kasi tanaw sa nato dire is yung parang we will really have to realize ourselves as teachers. Okay, alam niya na ito pero sometimes we have to refresh things para i-connect yung personality development na mooy ato ang main karon. Morals. Teacher's level of moral has a direct influence in student achievement and learning. Teacher need to adopt a mutual helping attitude with parents to meet their expectations and bringing up their child, their learners. Teacher need to be active, optimistic. May mga BE Ed po diri no, not only BS Ed. Okay. Teacher need to be active, optimistic, convincing, and committed to win the faith of parents and create joyful working atmosphere at the institution. Motivation, appropriate and planned teaching behavior is the key to motivating pupils and students. Every teacher has to keep motivating their pupils, students to succeed in academics and in life. Yes, kana gyud ang number one nga di nato mawala bisag sa lesson plan na we will keep motivating the ano. Pero unsa tong motivation nga atong gisulat sa papel sometimes dili siya masunod sa actual. Okay, sometimes the actual is of course better than what is written on paper. But at least we have a plan, okay? But sometimes, the motivation in ano, it depends on the situation and it depends on really what happened, talaga the actual happening. So naagi tendency nga di nimo mahatag 100% kung unsang motivation na gusto nimo mahitabo dito sa imong lesson plan sa actual nimo na klase. And that's all. Lesson plan is only a lesson plan. It doesn't mean na unsang nasa sa lesson plan mo og to 100% ang magiging actual. All right. Few tips to develop aura or charm. Okay, the charm. Okay, given man na nga mag-lipstick gyud ta, tapos pagwapa ta, ano anak karon di nakahayo aynan ang lipstick no. Sige lang. Kahit nagmask naman ta. Pero kahit sa virtual, we can have this aura. Okay, few tips to develop aura or charm. This is a really part. Nag-start ako, ay kabalaka, nag-start na ako sa personality development. So first is aura or charm. Okay, when we say aura is that, there is something sa, pagtanaw pa lang sa imuha sa kid or sa tao, para bang mo ana murabag mo ana lang nga. Murag ana kasi there is something in you na makita sa murabag makatawag attention. Okay, few tips to develop aura or charm. Okay. Think positive. Ana lang di ay siya. All right, think positive. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. So get going, move forward, aim high. So only one lang, think positive lang. Okay? How to think positive. Get going. Move forward. Aim high. Plan a takeoff. Don't just sit on the runway and hope someone will come along and push the airplane. It simply won't happen. Change your attitude and gain some altitude. Believe me, you'll love it up there. Si Donald J. Trump. Think positive. Positive vibes. Positive life. Isa lang to. Positive, think positive, pero ang dami. Alright. Next, smile. Mo niya kung giyon sa inyo ganina. Keep smiling. Yan. And smile some more. It adds to your face value and to your personality as well. Yan. 5-lettered word lang na siya. S-M-I-L-E. Okay? Very, very cute word. And it will bring you cuteness and it will add something to your positive personality. Okay. Kasi when a person is smiling and then it will give notion to other people that you are easy to approach. Okay? That you are that somebody na, I can lean on to this person because I feel so positive with her or with him because of that simple smile alone. Okay? Sa smile pa lang, I mean. Pero not that alone for the personality development. All right. Read loudly. This will help in communicating fluently. Books are the quietest and most constant of friends. They are the most accessible and wisest of counselors and the most patient of teachers. You know what? When you read alone, it is still advisable to read aloud, even nobody's listening. Kasi that is really something to like, you are communicating to yourself and you are hearing yourself. Ambot lang logically what's really the comprehensive explanation on that. But I find myself like if I'm going to like comparing the situation, I read silently and I read with voice when I hear myself. I feel better when I hear myself. And I think I have better communication when I hear myself. So you can try later after this orientation, after your lunch. You can try read silently and read loudly. Hear yourself. there is really something na you feel may difference talaga siya. Then take good care of your health, dress well, be neat and organized. That will be your next topic, health. A fit, healthy body, that is the best fashion statement. Just C. Scott. Then, do not live monotonous life. Yes, teacher ka lang, teacher, teacher. Tanaw sini, laag, laag, enjoy. Be creative and do something new at all the time. Nothing bigger than the joy of creative satisfaction. Okay. Follow table manners and dining etiquettes. That's always. Personal development enables people to create a good impression about themselves on others. Yes, that is really something na you will give a good impression para sa uban. Tapos, of course, the better thing there is, you're able to influence, okay, because of your personality. Helps people to build and develop relationships, and then helps in your career growth, and also helps to improve your financial needs. All right. All right. So, yun yung medyo broad definition of those things. Go tayo, balik tayo sa nasa sum up na ko, conclusion ng sum up na ko, pila ka slide ni? 15? Sum up 15 slides. Okay. Definition of personality development. Let's go back. Kanina naman tayo sa istorya personality development, ma'am, wa pa day nato ni na-define, wa pa. O mahuman man nato ni define, di pa gyud nato ni siya ma-define. Personality development is actually the development from the organized pattern of attitudes and behaviors which makes an individual distinctive. Yes, there is something in you that you are distinct, that you are really unique compared to others. All right? Well, you cannot say, you know what, you are good in painting, but you know what, si Ma'am Effie, maayo mo paint. Pero ikaw, dili. Of course, that is this, nakadisting sa ko. Siya, maayo man po siya mo kanta, niya ako dili. O, something ana lang. Alright? So, there is something in you that is unique. Okay? Di naman pwede na to ako untanan. Okay. Then, things to enhance your personality. Okay, how are you going to enhance our personality? Don't compare your life. Okay. Kanang kuan lagi no, naapa ko sa third year college karon, unya 23 years old na ko, unya ako mga classmate teacher na sila. Don't compare your life. Don't have negative thoughts or things you cannot control. Instead, invest your energy in the positive present moment. Ay, kalabot ng COVID, di ko kapasa sa requirement ng COVID, di ma? Di ko kagawas ka ng COVID. Ngano ma-stress man ka ana? Ngano na kay mahimo sa COVID? Wala. Kana bitong, ma'am, naglagot na gyud ko aning COVID, ma'am ba? You cannot do something about it. Instead, well, do away from that. So, yun yung parang, you really have to take note na, don't have negative thoughts or things that you cannot control. These are the things that we cannot control. Instead of spending time or wasting our time, mahulog atong mga neurons na mahimong negative kasi magsigitag negative aning mga butang nga di nato makontrol. Instead, invest your energy in the positive present moment. So, anong present moment? Virtual class? Okay, enjoy ang moment sa virtual class, sa virtual world. Ayaw na kaayaw, look back anang mga what kay mahimo. Alright? Don't waste your precious energy on gossip. Yes. Instead of spending it on gossip, and, ang gossip karon virtual naman pod. Kasi kuan ba virtual na pod. Oh, don't spend too much kasi you know what? Abi ni mo short pa lang ang yung discussion niya. Abot na kag 2 hours of that, nonsense things. So we waste our time on that thing. Dream more while you are awake. Yes, we can dream when we are awake. All right. Then, health. Drink plenty of water. You know what? For how many years I need to practice this one. That's why I always have this migraine kasi parang kinaya ko walang, murag si Ma'am Jean pud na. Murag dili pud kay nagainom og tubig si Ma'am Jean. Ma'am Jean, no? Remember na ako si Ma'am Jean nga. Tama ba to, Ma'am Jean? Kay
Yes,
murag,
ma'am.
oh, yes. Murag mabuhi lang og duha ka baso sa isa ka adlaw. Na kay
Walang migraine nun.
Oo. Na unya di ay to kung mag-migraine inom lang kag isa ka galon mawala na. Kanang ana bitaw. So drink plenty of water kay maliban sa maihi nimo mga negative diha, mga ang toxin dira. i-add man na unya sa inyong health unya ba kasi inyong magkuan-kuan eh. Pero you know what, based lang sa akong experience, mag-migraine ko na ma-realize na ako wala di ko ninom og tubig niya. Mainom lang kog duha or tulo ka baso for just 30 minutes. Maano siya, kana bitong maarang-arang. Okay. Eat breakfast like a king. Okay, di ba when you are a king, medyo ano lang, king. Kanang dili anak ka bongga. Like lunch like a prince and dinner like a beggar. Okay. Eat more foods that grow on trees. Live with the three E's, the energy, enthusiasm, and empathy. Okay. Make time for prayer, of course. Then, health. Play more games. Read more books. Sleep for 7 hours. I sleep at 2 a.m. I woke up at 5. 3, 4, 5. Not good. All right. Then take 10 to 30 minutes walk every day. I think I walk once in 3 months. Not good. And while you walk, smile. All right. Then fundamental techniques in handling people. How are you going to handle people? Yes, do not criticize. All right. Gicheck ko lang ang time. All right. Do not criticize. Wait lang. Stop sharing. Wait lang. Wala. Okay. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain when you are going to handle people. Give honest and sincere appreciation. All right. Then, ways to become people like you. To make people like you, I mean, become genuinely interested in other people. You know, when you are talking, and then you're talking and then you're holding your phone like this, like that. Oh, tapos, what happened? Oh, mao ba? O niya, sige daw, padayon daw. And padayon po ka sa imuhang cellphone. So that is one of the simple act that you're not showing a genuine interest to that person talking. Okay? That's very simple and yet I encounter many people na like this. Smile. Kung kanang smile, di na siya mawala. Then be a good listener. When you're a good listener, you have to look at the person talking and wait until mahuman siya. Do not interrupt. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Okay, you can keep on asking questions about themselves because that is one of the acts that you are showing to them or you are interested about them. You are genuine. Okay. Then when people to your way of thinking, win people to your way of thinking. Murabag convincing or persuade. Okay, when we are going to say win people to your way of thinking, this is the way you think, and how are you going to win these people to think the way you think? Show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say you're wrong. If you're wrong, admit it quickly and empathically. Begin in a friendly way. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. You know what? If you hear something wrong from that person, do not say, "Uy, mali good ka." No, but then we can always give a negative feedback in a very positive way. Diba? For example, mali siya. Mali na gani siya, mali pag yun mong feedback. Hoy, mali good kaayo ka, hastang mali agud. Dili gud na ingon ana, mali jud. So kapag mali, you can say in a positive way, I think what if we will try this way? Why? And let us see. Let's compare. Let's see the pros and cons. So, at least positive yung dating. Kasi you are still, even without saying it, you are still welcoming his opinion, his idea, even na maging mali siya, pero gitagaan po nimo og way nga makita po niya ning isa ka side. So you are not saying mali na kaniyang dapat. So instead of saying na mali na kaniyang dapat, oh okay, yeah, possible. How about let's try this thing? Okay? Okay, so you know what? Sometimes it depends on the situation on how we're going to handle this thing. So, if you're wrong, admit it quickly. Yes, dili ta mahadlok mo admit na we're wrong. And empathetically. Wait lang guys, kadali lang. Jen? Nag-play ako ang laptop nila? Okay. Begin in a freshly way. Then try honest to see things from the other person's point of view. Okay. You know what? Iba ang point of view nato, iba ang point of view sa uban. Kanang dili dayon ta mo disagree. Listen sa and then try to put yourself into that person's shoes. Okay? You cannot say nga, easy na lagi kay ni sa kuha. Para sa mga ano malisdan man ka. Excuse me, your experience is different from that person. So do not say na, uy, nga ano malisdan man ka, easy ra gud kay ni sa kuha. Or, ang baliktad, nganong sayo naman ka na sa imo, lisod lagi din sa kuha. Do not compare. Balik din ta dito sa number one. Do not compare your life to other people's lives. Okay. Be a leader. How to change people without giving offense. A leader's job often, if you're a teacher, you are a leader. So a leader's job often includes changing your people's attitudes and behavior. Dito, changing our students' attitude and behavior. Some suggestions to accomplish this. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Wow, very good. What a good, wow, ang galing ng effort. I really like that. Something like that. Unahan sa ng appreciation. Then later na kung naa kay makita na something. But of course, again and again, it's not easy. Give a positive feedback of that negative thing that you see. All right, call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Okay, yun. That not directly talaga. Talk about your own mistakes about criticizing other person because in that manner, hindi mo you are not giving them like yung thinking na uy perfect si ma'am. You can always bring out yung bad things or your mistakes to them. In that manner, mas magiging open sila sa imo ha. Mas magiging confident sila having you. Okay? And then ask questions instead of giving direct orders. For example, which is better way? What do you think? Better way ang ano no, ang left side. So do kabalog ka nga better way ang left side. So imbes nga to give nga, okay, left side ka maglakaw ha. So parang mag-ask kag question nga, do you think better way ang left side? Okay, para kasi ang idea there is that gikan sa iyaha. So maka-feel siya importance. Alright? Maka-feel siya importance. So i-lead lang nimo siya through questions, not giving direct orders. Okay? So like that. Then use encouragement. Make the fault seem easy to correct. Yes. And then make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. Then stop worrying and start living. Fundamental facts you should know about worry. Don't stew about the futures. Just live each day until bedtime. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can possibly happen if I cannot solve my problem? You know what? Ako mismo, I have so many problems. I have so many things na hindi na ako mahimo. And then sabi ko, if I cannot do it, magsakit lang ako ulo kung i-force na ko akong sarili. I want to stop worrying about it and I am ready to face the consequence. Something like that. Kasi I learned from my previous years of teaching, from my previous years of experiences, and then I keep worrying. And kapag we keep on worrying, it will, yung parang hilain ang atong health pababa. And you know what? If I cannot do things, even I try my best to do such thing and I really cannot do it, I'm not going to force myself anymore. I'm not going to worry anymore. And I have to face it. Well, since I cannot do it, I'm ready to face the consequence and I have to face it. Whatever the consequence, I'm ready to face it. But still think positive and still try your best to do that something if you still can. Okay, but if you cannot, stop worrying because if you keep on worrying, the more now you cannot do anything. Okay. You know what? This thing, based po ni sa akong experience. Okay. I am 40 years old. I'm so proud to tell you that I will turn 41. Bumuhion pa ko. 41 this June. Okay. All right. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can possibly happen if I cannot solve my problem? Prepare yourself mentally to accept the worst if necessary. Yun yung sinasabi ko. Be ready to face the consequence. Then, calmly try to improve upon the worst. Kapag moabot na tong worst, okay, try to improve. Alright? Then, which you have already mentally agreed to accept. Yes, yun ang, kasi naan ang acceptance sa imo nga ba, mawala na ang worrying. Okay. Now, stop worrying and start living. If a problem can be solved, no need to worry about it. Take note of this. If a problem can be solved, no need to worry about it. Masolve man di ay na. Why keep on worrying about it? And then if a problem cannot be solved, what is the use of worrying? Diba? Diba, Jean? Diba, Jane? Oh, all right. So, balik ta. All right. Balik ta. Techniques in analyzing worry. Okay. Hindi mo alam, nag-worry ka na pala. All right. So, get the facts. Half the worry in the world is caused by people trying to make decisions before they have sufficient knowledge on which to base. Na nikatawa diri sa akong likod kay murag na igo siya sa worrying. Ah, sige Jen, tawa to dia Jen. All right, get the facts. Half the worry in the world is caused by people trying to make decisions before they have sufficient knowledge on which to base a decision. Nagsige na kag-worry, nagsige na kag-worry niya, wala pa din mo gi-refer sa imuhang teacher niya. Ay, bagsa ko nimo ko ka pa sa quiz, ko ka. Daghan na kay kang yaw-yaw, daghan na kay kang worry without getting the facts yet. Murabak makaingot, ay kalami ba nimo sa bunutan, sariliha ka. Okay, something like that. And then after carefully weighing all the facts, come to a decision. Do not keep on worrying. Wala pa gani kakabalo nga pwede ra day next week pa day ipasa. All right, ana na di ay. Okay, know the facts. Next week pa day ipasa, nag-worry na ka karon. Nahumanoon nimo tanawa. Pero nag-worry ka. Oh, oh, di ba? So that is really one of the things na ano mag-worry? Douche. Once a decision is carefully reached, okay, and act. Di ba? Okay. When you are or any of your associates are attempted to worry about a problem, write out and answer the following questions. Unsa man jay problema? What's the problem man jud? What is the cause of the problem? Okay, what are all possible solutions? And then what is the best solution? You can enumerate all the possible solutions and you are going to choose more multiple choice ba? Multiple choice, check the best solution. Okay, so again, balik ta. Sum up biya ni. How to make good personality, don't be loud. Know when to speak up. Don't be afraid to talk to others. Okay. Having a sense of humor is a plus. Yes. Remember, personality doesn't mean that you should have looks. Yes. You should have that like that. Okay, that's not the personality. It's sa uli, dili lang siya ana. And then be kind and considerate. Yes, especially karon. Be kind and considerate. Balag, oh, all right. Sige lang, be kind and considerate. Keep smart head and keep cool. Don't shout or be aggressive. Don't doubt yourself. Yes, kasi if you keep doubting yourself, people will always doubt sa imo. So, of course, the very first person to believe in yourself is you. Okay? I believe in myself. For example, lolo, di na ako kayang exam, di na ako kayang exam. Paano pa nimo kayahon nga ikaw mismo giingon na nimo nga di nimo kayang exam? Kumingon gani kag i-perfect na ko ang exam. I-perfect na ko ang exam. Top 1 jud ko sa exam. Aim high. Ngano, at least mabagsak ka, top 2 ka, di ba? Kaysa maingon ka nga di na ko kayang exam, mabagsak jud ko anya. Nabagsak ka, ang result mas bagsak pag yun. So aim high. Top 1 jud ko ani mo, top 1 ko ani. At least pag ma-down ka, bagsak tuod ka sa top 2. Okay, just aim high. Be executive in dress. All right, create your own personal style and then don't copy anyone. Si pag-ani po ko buhok, kay ganahan ko kay Ma'am Jean ba, kay pareho mig agtang ni Ma'am Jean, aniyon po na ako akong buhok. Copy ko Ma'am Jean na don't copy. Aniyon po na ako kay ganahan ko magtan-aw kay Ma'am Jean ba, ma-inspire kasi mo nga gana mag-anak pud baya ko nya butang nga plastiko diri. Fresh kay feeling samok magud kayo. Yung Ma'am Jean samok kay buhok diri ana. Don't copy pero ani pud ko but I don't copy. Pareho lang ni Ma'am Jean, wala nino mong tubig. Yeah. Samukan po sa buhok nga iway-way. All right. So don't copy anyone. Try to be that somebody because grabe lagi na siya. Kasi if you copy anyone, you are comparing your life to that person. Okay. Winners are never disheartened with obstacles. Lead by example in what they do with focus and confidence. Unsa daw? Lisod no? Winners are never disheartened with obstacles. Lead by example in what they do with focus and confidence. Be confident. All right? Then, how winners are different from losers? Hard work and consistency. So be consistent. Hard work. never give up attitude, focus and determination, strategic planning and deliverance, self-confidence, time management, practical, positive thinking. Ako naa pa ko aning kuan, nag-learn pa jud ko aning time management, strategic planning and deliverance. Sa ako ang level, I'm still learning. Kasi even how good you are, even how bad you are, or how many experiences you have already, it doesn't mean that learning stop there. Learning and personality development is a continuous or are continuing process. Okay, so trim haircut for the boys, clean shave, warm smile, feel of confidence, formal dress, firm handshake, correct body posture. All right. So let's may you always know peace, love, light, and laughter. All right. So, yan. Thank you so much, guys. So, that ends my, yes, personality development. Kahit papano, at least sana may natutunan tayo, may nakuha tayo. So, let's apply. Yes, agree ako, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ma'am Queen. All right. Okay. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Gian. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Jane, thank you so much. So, I hope. Thank you. So, thank you so much. That ends my presentation about personality development.
All right. Thank you so much, Mom Effie, for that interesting yet realistic food, no, na discussion. And if you have any questions, guys, you can just turn on your microphone and speak. We can cater at least 1 to 2 questions. I'm sure Mom Effie would be pleased to answer them. No questions so far?
Ala, oy, wako ganahi. Like question.
You ready? Give me any, Ma'am Effie.
Yes, Ma'am Jean. Like question? Anay, oy, wako na challenge. Char. Thank you, guys.
All right. If there's no questions, we will now proceed with our next speaker. But before that, I'd like to ask the all of the participants to turn on their cameras, please. I'd like to ask once again the participants to turn on their cameras, please. Thank you. All right. So our next speaker is currently the head of the guidance office from the college department, and she will discuss to us about mental health. So please lend your ears and attention to Miss Maria Eloisa B. Estrera. Virtual clap. Thank you.
Sugar, this is it. Naka-off pala. Ay, nako. Ano man siya. Kadali na okay man. Hala, what happened? Mag-start sa akong screen share. Ngano man ni siya. Ay.
Yan, okay na ma'am.
Okay. So may may problema sa aking unit. I don't know why. So I will be using two gadgets this time kasi nga yung isang gadget ko hindi siya yung computer wala siyang audio. So I'm using the other one here. So medyo hindi niyo ako makikita talaga na really physically looking at the cam. Okay? So good morning to everyone. So again, I'll be discussing about mental health. So this is really kumbaga, a very big word ngayon sa time ngayon, okay? So this morning, I want the students to log go to your browsers and log into menti.com and type the code 6324988. So ito ang perks ng ating ngayon media. Yung interaction natin ngayon is through virtual na. So log into menti.com and type again the code 6324988. So how are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? You type the words, at least 3 words on how you feel today. Okay, better, happy. The code is 6324988. So I have answers here. Okay, better, happy. What else? Okay. So better, frisky, feeling good. Feeling good. Okay. So better, feeling good, frisky. Okay, so these are the things that you are feeling this morning. Okay, so we also have blessed, contented, good. Okay, hungry. Okay, so we will make this a little bit faster. Okay, so what I asked you a while ago is just parang ano lang siya, parang motivation sa atin for us to understand what we really know about ourselves. Okay, so what is feeling? It is an emotional state or reaction. A belief is specifically a vague or irrational one. Okay. Wait lang. Okay. So, it is also, or what are some examples of feelings that we usually, yung may, kanina may nakalagay, excited or hungry, sad, yan. So, these are some examples of our feelings. So, are you familiar with the movie? What movie is this? Anybody from the group? It is Inside Out, okay? So, in Inside Out, you will be able to meet Joy. This one is this, ano ito siya? Si disgust, si anger. This one is si fear. And we also have si sadness or si sad, okay? Oh. So, we have to consider na these kinds of feelings are really in part of our lives. So nasa loob na yan siya sa atin. So if ever we have these things, we have to acknowledge this one. We have to understand that these feelings are natural. Okay? So next one. We have also to differentiate emotions and yung feelings. So what is emotion? Okay, it's a natural instinctive state. So meaning to say, instinct natin siya. Okay? Which derives from the mind, from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. So ano yung emotion mo sa isang tao? Yung emotion mo is love, yung emotion mo is about happiness, ganyan. It is also part of a person's character and as opposed to their thoughts. Okay? So what are the types of basic emotions? So anim ito sila. So somewhat related to feelings, pero yung sa kanya, yung emotion is yung ano siya, yung instinct natin na instinct view natin sa isang bagay, yung instant, parang instant siya. Happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger. So these are the basic emotions. Okay? Don't you know that there are, in a current study, there are 27 categories of emotions. Okay? So yung nandito are basic emotions na nararamdaman natin day to day in our lives. Okay? So again, let's log again to menti.com and type the code 9899739. If you were not able to get inside the code, so the question there is, what is mental health? Okay? So what is mental health? The code again is 9899739. So let's go with the presentation. So mental health, this is what we always see or read in Facebook or in other social media accounts, or your other social media accounts. So according to World Health Organization, it is a state of well-being in which individuals realizes his or her own abilities. So meaning to say you can cope up with your normal stress in life, you can do or work productively, you can study your lessons, you can do your household chores, you can contribute to your own community, you can help other people like that. Okay? So if ever you are not having this kind of normal state of the mind, okay, uh, it is already in, kumbaga, nasa ano na tayo niyan, nasa borderline, or hindi naman siya borderline talaga, yung parang in need tayo of help. Okay? So mental health also refers to your emotional and psychological well-being. So yung mental health, hindi lang siya sa isip, but also your whole being, your emotions. Kaya tinanong ko kanina, how are you feeling today? Ano yung emotions na nararamdaman nyo ngayon? Because those things matters with regards to your mental health. Now, what is a mental illness? So, mental illness is somewhat in relation to the mental health. Kasi pag nagkakaroon tayo ng issues sa ating pag-iisip or sa ating whole being, may mga tinatawag tayong mental illness. Okay? So, as you can see in the picture, you have depression, condition. Yan, common yung mga words dyan is depression. Okay? So, it is a broad term. So, medyo malaki siya na word. So, pag may nakita kayo sa katabi nyo ba or kapitbahay nyo na hindi naiintindihan yung sarili niya, hindi nyo agad sasabihin, ay, buang yan siya. Or may condition yan siya sa mind. Okay? Hindi siya ganun. So, it's a broad term which encompasses a wide variety of conditions which affect the way you feel, the way yung naramdaman nyo, and the way you think. So, if we ever encounter this kind of situation or person, hindi agad natin sila i-judge according to what we see. Okay? Physical aspect. So it can also affect our ability to get through the day-to-day life. So pag may kulang na isa dyan, meaning to say may ibang bagay na hindi na natin nagagawa. Like, kunwari, pagising natin sa umaga, we usually fix our bed, take a bath, toothbrush, eat our breakfast. Pero yung iba, may kulang na doon. Pagising sa umaga, hindi na nakapagligpit ng kanyang higaan or hindi na naligpit yung kanyang unan, yung kanyang kumot. Diretso na agad siya sa kain, tapos ligo or whatever, ano yung process niya when you wake up in the morning. So pag isa doon sa mga system niyo na ginagawa, ang hindi niyo nagawa na, may something na doon na nararamdaman, okay? So, hindi na agad na mental illness siya. May something lang na nangyayari that needs to be addressed, okay? So, what factors that contribute to mental health problems? So, as you can see there are phobia, there are anxieties, there's stigma, disassociation, meron tayo, again, nakikita na naman natin si depression. Yan. So, may wellness, may prevention, may social support. So, those are things or factors that contribute to our mental health problems. Okay? So, biological factors such as the genes that you have and your brain chemistry or your brain chemistry. The way our brain works, the way our brain is, yan siya. So, we also have life experiences such as trauma or abuse. If you were, what they call this one, abused by your parents, by your peers, yung bullying, yan. It can also be a factor of a mental issue or mental health problem. Trauma, yung nasunugan, nabahaan, yan. Naka-encounter ng parang patayan, and like that, or yung gera, those are some things that can cause trauma or traumatic experiences. We also have here family problems of family history of mental problems. So if you have a history of mental issues or mental problems with your family, like your lolo, your lola, sa kanunuan natin, kung may history tayo dyan, okay, so it can also be one factor. Daily habits, okay? So, such as smoking, yan. So, what are the types of mental illness? So, as you can see in the picture here, okay? So, ang dami niyang iniisip. May social media siya, yung bayarin niya, yung mga bills niya, yung kanyang family, yung kanyang work, may bisyo din siya, as you can see in the picture. So, we have here mood disorders, yung nagbabago yung mood natin. Minsan masaya, minsan malungkot, minsan hindi, minsan walang pakialam, o yung iba nga sabi poker face. Okay? So, we also have here anxiety disorders. Pag malapit na ang deadlines, as you can see here in the picture, okay? So, anxious na yan siya kasi may deadline siya, may work pa siya, may ganito pa siya, mandami niyang dapat gawin. Okay? So, we also have personality disorders. So, nag-iiba yung personality natin. Sabi no kanina ni Ma'am, 'di ba? We should we should understand and know ourselves, and know our personality kasi yun ang parang ano natin, way of letting others know na tayo ito. Okay? We are unique. Psychotic disorders. Eating disorders, yung hindi na kumakain kasi may deadline si ma'am, may research si ma'am, kailangan ko tapusin, may thesis defense pa ako, kailangan kong gawin. Yan, hindi nakakain kasi I have to meet the deadlines. Okay? We also have here trauma-related disorders, substance abuse, depression, panic attacks, suicide or suicidal tendencies, and post-traumatic stress disorders. So, yung iba dito, we will discuss this one because this is somewhat related to your field as future educators. Okay? So, we have here, first one is anxiety. Everyone feels this one every day, lalong-lalo na pag may deadlines tayo. Am I right? Okay, just raise your hands or have, parang may application dito or thumbs up. Okay, if we always have this one. Okay, so just like me this morning, i-share ko lang yung kumbaga experience ko. I'm very anxious with our presentation because sunod-sunod yung mga mga virtual meetings, virtual activities. So I forgot to make my presentation. So I'm very anxious with what to present, but luckily kasi medyo ko na siya before. So, nagawa ko na yung presentation ko before I started here. So, yun nga lang, nagkakaroon ng technical problems. Kasi nga, 2 unit ang ginagamit ko ngayon because of the other one, hindi siya pwede sa audio. So, yun, anxious ako kasi paano ito gagawin and the time is running. Okay? So, it is a feeling of fear or panic. So, everybody feels this one time to time. Okay? Every day, meron talaga tayo dito. But too much anxiety is not already normal. Okay? Lalong-lalo na kung naging habitual na ito siya or yung sa iba perennial na siya. So again, it's a common emotion when dealing with daily stresses or problems. Very common siya, but then bakit siya natin i-consider as mental issue or mental problem natin? It's because if it is not treated properly, lalala ito siya. Okay? So your anxiety becomes your fear becomes your stress becomes your depression or hanggang sa lumala siya. Okay? Next one is we have here post-traumatic stress disorder or what we called as PTSD. This is common to all people who are dealing with war, okay? Yung mga war areas, yung may gera. So, the last one that we heard about war is yung sa Zamboanga, sa Marawi, yung Marawi siege. So, those people who undergo or experience the war, some of them might have or experience post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay? So it's a condition that's triggered by a terrifying event, either experiencing it or witnessing it. Yung another example is yung patayan, okay? So kung witness ka doon, sometimes being a witness becomes a fear in our hearts. Kasi nga, pwedeng patayin ka din ng pumatay sa taong nakita mo. Okay? Pwede din siya na habulin ka or baliktarin ka. So somewhat, this can cause isolation. Nagtatago ka na, ayaw mo nang makita, ayaw mo yung ibang tao makita sa'yo, ganyan. So even children can also experience PTSD. But the good thing in children is that they are resilient. Mas madali silang nakaka-cope up kasi nga medyo bata pa yung minds nila, healthy pa yung pag-iisip nila. So what you have to do is just to give them activities which could help them forget what happened. Okay? So sa atin, sa age natin, yung iba sa atin hindi na siya nakakalimutan kasi nga tumatak na, and then we also age na. As we grow older, we age also. So hindi natin siya malilimutan, lalong-lalo na kung medyo talaga siya, very terrifying. Okay? The next one here is substance abuse. So when we mean substance abuse, kasi some of us are drinking, di ba? Drinking beer, drinking wine, drinking whatever liquor na nakaka-disorient ng pag-iisip natin, or even drugs, okay? So, as future educators, we have to understand that doing or having this one in our system, in our body systems, can also give us a bad effect sa brains natin. So remember, you will be teaching future educators, future doctors, future lawyers, future engineers, tapos yung isip natin, yung utak natin disoriented because of substance abuse, then the tendency is we will be able to deliver this also to our students. So there was one example, a situation wherein a teacher goes to her class and then nakainom siya. So when she discusses her lesson, para siyang inaantok na hindi alam. Alam niyo naman siguro yung tao na parang tipsy. Okay? So when she goes inside the class, ang sabi ng mga estudyante niya, ano ba ito si ma'am? Matambaho ng kanyang hininga, parang amoy beer. So if you don't want your students to give an impression to you like that, so as much as possible, drink moderately or do not drink. Yung ganun. Okay? Sometimes we use or people use alcohol or drugs just to forget problems in their lives. But remember, drinking or taking drugs, syempre, illegal drugs, cannot solve your problems. It adds up to your problem. Okay? Next one here, we have depression. Very common to our social media accounts lately for the past few months when the pandemic started. Okay? So it is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Okay? Hindi na tayo interested sa mga bagay-bagay. When we have our research, when you have your research, okay, so syempre bawal lumabas. So nagkakaroon tayo ng anxiety attacks, panic attacks, kasi malapit ng deadline, hindi pa tayo nakagawa ng research natin or whatever those things or projects that we have in mind or at hand. Okay? So sometimes yung anxiety natin lumulobo. And then it becomes, again, yung sinabi ko kanina, it becomes our stress, and then our stressor, major stressor, and then eventually it becomes, or what we do usually feel is yung nagiging sad na tayo kasi hindi na natin naaagapan lahat ng mga requirements natin. So eventually, we become depressed. Okay? So nagiging na tayo, parang ayaw na natin gawin, okay? Ayaw na, titigilan na natin, ayaw natin i-submit, ganun siya. So we become this one, this girl here in the window. So when people feel this one, sometimes it leads to suicide or suicidal tendencies. So it is an act or an instance of taking one's own life voluntarily and intentionally. Okay? So sinasadya talaga siya. Why? It's siguro ngayon it becomes our parang motivation kasi nakikita natin sa sa social media, and then hindi natin siya nalalabas, hindi natin siya nasa-share sa ibang tao. So kaya kasi nga in siya and we want to be in always, okay? So we commit this one. Yung iba, ginagawa nila yung suicide or yung tinatawag na suicidal tendencies or parang naghahanap ng attention to others. So, hindi kasi pinapansin ng parents or hindi pinapansin ni teacher or hindi pinapansin ng special someone. So, eventually, nagiging siya sa loob natin parang kinukumpul-kumpul natin siya and then we become depressed and then that's the time na yun, we commit this one. But this is not good. Okay? So, early warning signs. What are the warning signs of having a mental problems or mental issues? Yan. Ito siya, ang usual or early warning signs na dapat natin ma-feel or nakikita natin sa mga tao sa paligid natin or even to us. Okay? We have eating or sleeping too much or too little. Yung iba hindi na natutulog, yung iba sobrang tulog. Yan, pulling away from people and usual activities. So, inaalis mo yung sarili mo sa mga tao or hindi mo na ginagawa yung usual na mga activities mo like saying good morning to your special someone or to your parents, saying I love you to your family. Ganyan siya. And then, having low or no energy at all. So, sabi ni teacher, gawin mo na daw yung project mo. Okay? Gawin mo na daw yung yung research mo. Gawin mo na yung activities mo. Okay? Yung mga asynchronous activities mo pero hindi mo na siya ginagawa, usual na ginagawa. Feeling numb or nothing or like nothing matters. Okay lang yan. Okay na yan. Yan. Ayoko na. Ayun. Having unexplained aches and pains. Ito usually common sa mga students, lalo na sa mga bata. Okay? They usually say to their teacher na, teacher, can I go to the CR? Teacher, can I go to the clinic? And this is perennial. Kung everyday na ginagawa na ito ng mga bata, it means that there is something wrong with the child or your student. So you have to talk to your student one by one, okay? Or one-on-one also with you. So separate mo siya. At the end of the class ba, you go to your secret area, sa classroom ninyo, and then you talk. You talk to your students like that. Okay? Feeling helpless or hopeless. Ayoko na. Walang tutulong sa akin. Yan. Smoking, drinking, or using more drugs than usual. So, yung iba, para makatulog, they drink sleeping pills. Okay? So, at the end of the day, parang kulang pa sa kanya. Ayun, so, iinom siya. Or, going outside of the house. Sa ngayon, kasi we're on virtual, and then you go to the store and you buy 1 pack of cigarettes and you smoke perennially. Every day parang dalawa or isang pack ng cigarette ang maubos mo. Feeling unusually confused, forgetful, angry, upset, worried, or scared. These are emotions. Okay? So, if you feel these unusual emotions, yun, or may nakita kayo na person or kilalang person having these kinds of unusual emotions, it's an early warning sign. Yelling or fighting with family and friends. Pwede naman makipag-usap ng maayos sa mga friends, diba, or sa family members natin. But the moment the problem struck to you, anong unang expression mo na gagawin? Usually we yell and then we fight to each other. Okay? So, experiencing severe mood swings, yung pabago-bago ang moods, yun nga sabi ko kanina, sometimes masayahin, sometimes malungkutin, galit, ganyan siya. So, hindi nyo naiintindihan. Okay? Another one, yan. So, 1 in 4 are affected by mental illness. 8.6 million adults have suicidal thoughts. Yan. So, having persistent thoughts and memories that can get out of your head. Okay, ito yung mga traumatic experience that we usually experience or we experience. Okay? Traumatic experience that we experience. or this becomes our memories in our head and hindi siya nawawala. Hearing voices and believing things that are not true. Okay, so you hear voices na, o sige, anuhin mo na yung kamay mo. Okay, lagyan mo na ng kumuha ka na ng lubid, itali mo na yung sarili mo dyan, ganyan. Or, what they call this one, yung mag-jump ka na dyan kasi, yun nga, hindi ka love ng family mo, marami kang problema, ganun. So, thinking of harming yourself or others. And inability to perform your daily tasks like taking care of your kids, kung may family kayo or may siblings kayo, and then even going to your work or to your school or doing your usual activities. So, pag ito lang ang tatandaan natin, pag meron talaga tayong isang hindi nagawa sa everyday life natin or life activities, we have really to ask ourselves first, may problema ba sa akin? Now, if we cannot see that we have problems inside us, you ask other people who knows you better. Okay, now let's go to this question here. How to maintain a sound mental health? Okay, so as you can see on the screens here, we have possibilities, okay, thinking, optimism, your philosophy in life, your attitude, your logic, and reasoning, your example, your analysis, ganyan siya. Okay? So, number one here is talk about your feelings. Let people know and understand, okay, that you are experiencing something in you. Okay? Na meron kayong pinagdadaanan. Na meron kayong hindi naiintindihan sa sarili niyo. Na dapat na meron kayong gustong sabihin. Huwag niyo siyang ikubli, huwag niyo siyang itago. Next one here is, yan, anong ginagawa nila? You do your exercise regularly or you keep active lifestyle. Okay? Make your body healthy. Wag na yung, kasi may klase kayo online, so nakaupo lang kayo the whole time. Move around your house. Kahit sa bahay, within the bahay, you can jog, you can do exercise, you push-ups, you know. Okay? So, sabi ni Christian, agree. Okay, thank you for that. Next one, we have, yan. As you can see in the picture, keep in touch. Kung malayo kayo sa family ninyo, you keep in touch with your family. Anything is possible with social media, with technology, and you connect with people. Okay? Kahit hindi naman natin nagagawa ito nandito, if you can see the cursor here, if you cannot do this one, okay? Virtually, you do that. You can have your own garden at home and then place something there na yung mga drinks niyo, yung food niyo, and then your laptops or your cell phones or your iPad, your tablets, and then have a virtual get together with your friends or your family. This one here, care for others and help others. If you know how to take care of yourself also, and you have friends or family members who have problems, you help them also. Pareho kayo na may sound mental health. Okay? Then, we have this one here. Create meaningful activities. Hindi naman sinasabi na when you have meaningful activities or like this one that we have here, gardening and cleaning the environment, hindi naman sinasabi na you go outside and participate in the clean up drive kasi nga bawal pa ang mga ngayon. We have to have the social distancing. We can also do that one. Pero yun nga, yung magdikit-dikit, hindi muna, hiwalay muna ng But you can also do these things at home. So you can have your potted plants, have your gardening there, or kung may malaking lote kayo, mag-gardening kayo, sama ng ginagawa ng mama dito at saka yung mga anak niya. And you can also clean your community within your area lang. Yung malapit lang sa bahay nyo. Kasi nga hanggang ilang lang tayo, kilometers away from our house when we go out. Next one, ito. Ito yung usual na sinasabi ko sa mga nagiging kausap ko ng mga students. Start making your journals. Okay? Hindi naman sinasabi na pang babae lang ito siya, but everyone can do this one. Make your journals, everyday journals, ano yung mga ginagawa nyo. You can be as creative as you want to be. So research more on how to make beautiful journals because it is a way of expressing yourself. It is also a way of understanding your feelings and your emotions. It is also a way of creating memories in your life. Okay? So naubos yung isang journal, bili ka ng iba or gawa ka. Yung iba nga ang ginagawa, they are making yung iba't ibang klaseng handicrafts, artworks that would release their tension, their anxieties. Ganun siya. Hindi lang yung puro gadgets lang ang gagamitin natin, like using your phones every day kasi nandito yung mga natin, daily activities. So, have some time to have a gadget break. So, alisin mo muna yung gadgets niyo and look at your journals or your notebooks, kumbaga, and write something there that you want to share. So malay mo in 10 years from now or 20 years from now, you can read your journals and then you can have the kind of feeling na hala, ganito pala ako noon. Okay, so natatawa na lang tayo na there are times that we become emo, yung term nga natin minsan is emo. Okay? So, natatawa tayo doon. Okay, ala, naging emo pala ako in a few years. Just like what Facebook is doing right now. They have their, yung parang memory recall, kung ano yung na-post mo 10 years ago, tapos biglang, hala, ganito pala ako noon, kapayat ko pala, or ganito pala ako noon, ganun. So, may glow up na yung sinasabi nilang glow up. Okay? So, next one here is, as you can see in the picture, be mindful. Being mindful or you meditate. Kung you know how to perform yoga, you do that one, or simply by praying or just stopping, pausing for a minute. Okay? You pause for a minute, you hear your inner voice, you hear the noise around you, pakinggan mo yung yung ingay ng manok, yung ingay ng aso, okay? Yung gutom na yung pusa nyo or na kapitbahay nyo, ganun. So just hear those sounds around you, okay? Para at least yung mind nyo ma-clear up lang siya konti ng iniisip. Okay? Yung pakinggan nyo is yung environment nyo lang. Next one. Yan. Sarap nito, di ba? Pero sa ngayon, hindi muna natin siya pwedeng gawin. But if you have a family member who knows how to do this one, okay, you can have your massage within your within your family members. So having a positive self-care. So yung positive self-care, hindi naman sinasabi na magmamassage ka lang parate. Meaning to say niyan, yung isip mo, the way your heart is feeling right now, the way your mind speaks to you, so it is a positive self-care. So taking care of yourself isn't selfish, okay? Hindi yung kumbaga sarili mo lang ang iniisip. It's a way of taking care of your body, your mind, your soul para hindi ka magiging toxic sa ibang tao. Then this one, increase your adversity quotient. We have a lot of problems in life. We have a lot of adversities in life. But then, we have to increase how we understand those adversities. Okay? So instead of I can't do it, you say I can do it. Okay? So hindi yung ay hindi ko yan kaya. Yung sabi ni Ma'am Queenie sa akin na gagawin ko, hindi ko yan kaya. In short, you rephrase your word. I can do it. Kaya ko yung pinapagawa ni Ma'am Queenie. Ganon. So, these are some examples of things that we usually experience, and we usually we usually do. So outside of the circle are things that you cannot control or we cannot control, some things that we cannot control. Within the circle are things that we can control or you can control as a person. So andyan, ang pandemic, hindi natin siya makokontrol sa ngayon. Okay? Kasi nga, we have to have the vaccine, we have to understand the virus, so may mga problema pa sa mga vaccine, so ano ang dapat gawin, ayan, or sino ba ang dapat bigyan, and then we have the circumstances na nangyayari sa sa environment natin. So those are the things that we cannot control. Okay? Kailan ito matatapos, 'di ba? How long will this last? How yung iba mag-react sa atin, how others react to our actions or the way we speak. Okay. So predicting what will happen, hindi natin siya nakokontrol. The actions of others, hindi natin yan siya makokontrol. But what we control is how to deal with the studies that we have. Your knowledge and your skills, okay? Your eating and resting or your self-care, yan. You can control this one. Your positive attitude, your positive mindset, your positive self-care, your kindness, your grace. So, yung mga how you follow your professor's recommendations. So, those are things that we can control. Sabi na, ma'am, hindi man makontrol ang sinabi ni ma'am kanina. No, you can control because who you are depicts your own personality. And when you have a good, positive personality, you also have a good and sound mental health. Okay? So don't forget or always remember, it's okay not to be okay, and make your mental health a priority. Okay? So, isipin natin most of the time our mental health. Para hindi tayo nagiging problema sa ibang tao, hindi tayo nagiging problema sa sa family natin, sa teachers natin, and even to ourselves. Okay? So that ends my presentation this morning, and thank you for listening and interacting with me.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma'am Maria Eloisa B. Estrada, for that compelling discussion presentation. If anyone has any questions, just turn on your microphone and speak, please.
Ito. Agree. Sadness. Wala sila mga tanong. Naintindihan yata nila lahat.
Naintindihan
Or
niyo.
nakinig ba?
So,
Thank you. Thank you din.
Thank you, Ma'am. So,
Nakinig kami, Ma'am. Ay.
So, naintindihan.
Yes
So, if
po.
ever you have clarifications or questions regarding the topic or other than the topic, you can always chat and go to GMC Guidance. That is our Facebook account, or our email at guidance@gmc.edu.ph. So that's our email. Okay? So we have our social media account and our email. So you can contact us there, and we're very willing to help you out.
all right. Thank you so much, Ma'am. And now we will proceed to our next and last speaker. She's the BE Ed program head, and she will talk about the readiness level. With much honor, I would like to welcome Mom Queenie, Frozan, and Osorio.
Okay, so good morning everyone. Thank you so much, no? And thank you also for our first two speakers for sharing their insights. I guess Ma'am Effie and Ma'am Loy shared a lot, and siguro tama na to Ma'am Jean. Pwede na ako dili mag kumbaga overloaded na masyado ng mga good insights, no, from them. So siguro ako kay supporting details na lang niya ako I'd like to give the references na lang, kumbaga sa thesis pa references na lang ang ako. No, so readiness level. Okay, so um again, good morning to everyone. Let me share a quote that says success isn't just what you accomplish in your life, it's about what you inspire others to do. So that is also one thing that we should always remember, future teachers, no, and educators. So by the way, para po maano ko, no, ma-happy ko, can I see your sweetest smiles? Sweetest smiles. Parang ang mga nakikita ko is names. Parang ang nakikita ko is just fears na mga photos. I just like to see your sweet smiles, di ba? Yan, di ba? Sweet na sweet talaga. Hara, Yabella, asa naman ang iba? Okay? So, this is one challenge as we enter in this virtual world, no, na you are not sure if your participants are there and if they are still smiling or they are still hungry. Or wala na bored na, sleepy na. Ikaw na lang yung tumatawa sa sa video, ikaw na lang yung, or di kaya kausap mo na lang yung sarili mo. Kumbaga ba, ganyan na lang ang virtual world ngayon. Unlike kung interaction talaga, pwede pang makakuha ng response agad from them, di ba? So, hopefully, future educators, hindi ganun ha. Kasi when you become a teacher, parang yung, na nga, hello? Are you still there? Parang ako din, na cultural shock ako when we entered in this virtual world kasi I am not used to this. Siguro si Ma'am Effie mas sanay dito kaysa sa akin. Okay? Kaysa sa atin lahat, no? Wherein, hindi talaga tayo ganun kasanay. Same with me. Okay? So, hello virtual world. Okay? So, somebody told me that if you are an abnormal person, you will not feel nervous. But if you are a normal person, then you will feel nervous. And thank God I am a normal person today. it's it's because I also feel nervous, although it's just virtual, no, kumbaga nganong makulbaan pa man ka nga virtual ra man na, wala may makakita nimo, di ba? Igo na lang man kanila tan-awon sa camera. Okay? No, it's not like that. It's how we will deal with you still virtually, di ba? So thank God that our speakers are also normal, di ba? They also feel nervous on how they will deliver your kasi we are too busy. Same with Ma'am Loy, di ba? Ngayon lang din daw niya natapos yung presentation, so appear ta ma'am. Appear ta. Because 2 days straight ang thesis proposal, so yun. So hapit na limtan, so patiming Ma'am Jean ani. Kasi kasama ni Ma'am Jean. Okay, so this morning our interns are given this kind of event now for their awareness of what's coming ahead and what are the things they need to do or not to do and so on, di ba? Ang daming informations na ibibigay sa inyo for 2 Fridays, no? So as your speaker, you are obliged to listen to me for 3 hours. Gihangyon ako na kay Ma'am Jean. 3 hours hindi daw ako mag-speak. Okay ra daw ingon si Ma'am Jean. So wala mo pagkaon na mo diha kay wala man tay virtual snacks diri. So wala man tay snacks, so virtual snacks na lang daw ta. Okay? So, dili na ko moingon sa inyo ha nga, is it okay to listen to me for 3 hours? Dili na kay oblige man gyud mo. Inyo man ning internship orientation. So, wala mo'y mabuhat. Okay. So, education is coming to an end and the workplace beacons. So my topic is about readiness level. How ready you are. Okay? So how ready you are in the real world teaching. Ready na ba gyud? Ready na ba gyud ta? Okay? Or are you ready for work? Or maybe the best question is that the work is ready. Are you ready? Diba? So there are a lot of questions may come to this. Or how can you make sure you are ready for work? Are you ready to be like this? Or are you ready to be like this? Or maybe behind the scenes of the virtual world is like this? Or maybe others may experience this? Because some of our interns last year, di ba? Meron tayong umuwing luhaan, lumuha sa mga bata, di ba? So yan, are you ready to cry positively or negatively? Oh, yan. Depende na yan. Positive or negative? Oh, nasa sa inyo na yan, ha? Okay. So are you ready with these things? That is reality, ha? Kumbaga, not all things are happiness in teaching. You will experience like this, but are you ready to face this? Gina-discourage na tamo mag-teacher. It's because of these pictures. So, ganun lang, reality, di ba? So, being a new graduate can be exciting, but one chapter of life is closing and another is just beginning. Nagsisimula pa lang kayo. But in many ways, finding post-grad work is a job in itself. Always remember that. Looking for work is still a job. Kapoy biya mangitag work, no? Okay. And our fear is that madawat ka ako. Okay? Madawat ka ako with my qualities. So, making that transition from student to employee is not always easy, guys. I will tell you that, no? Frankly speaking, it's not easy to be a student going to be an employee. So let me give you 7 simple ways that could tell you that you are ready for work after graduation. So consider the following. First, be positive and willing to work. No? So we know our limitations. We know when to say yes. We know when to say no. Diba? Kasi hindi naman lahat we could able to do things, no? So, siguro kung kaya natin, then yes nang yes. That's one thing na siguro positive ko yan dati sa akin pa lang, no, when I started working, na pag sinabi ng principal na, can you do this one? Hindi ka maka-no. Hindi mo alam kung when to say no and when to say yes. So, yes ka lang ng yes. Kahit beyond your capacity, sige, yes. Di ba? Yes lang ng yes. But make sure that you complete all tasks within the deadlines and being interested in and, of course, enthusiastic about the job itself. Next one, learn to get along with colleagues. Of course, hindi lang puro sa estudyante, of course, with our own colleagues, di ba? Let's build friendship, of course. Dili lang kay, kanang naatay gap with other colleagues na to. Dapat we will still be friends even if outside our work, di ba? Laughing, di ba? So natay mga dito magawas ang mga other side sa teacher. Okay? Dito magawas ang mga inga na din na mo katawa si Ma'am Jean, si Ma'am Effie, inga na din na sila mag-joke sa sulod sa kuan, di ba? So beyond our work, so learn to get along with our colleagues, di ba? So yan. And of course, we are also happy that Ma'am Loy is part of our CTE family right now, diba? So yan, your colleagues are getting bigger, many na ang colleagues ninyo, so get along with them. Next, Have acceptable basic skills. That's one important thing. Dapat alam nyo on how to use Microsoft Word, how to manipulate PowerPoint presentations, how to make PowerPoints, di ba? Yan yung isa sa mga gina-emphasize ko nila dito. Lalong-lalo na yun na under sa akin, kailangan alam nyo on how to make PowerPoints, on how to use keyboards, di ba? Shortcut keys, and kahit mag-manipulate lang ng projector, dapat alam na alam nyo yan. Kasi that is just basic skills as a teacher. Dili kay, dito sa kumuha to sa ICT, kay magpatudlo sa ako. Wala na, delayed na imuhang klase. Diba? So, that's one thing that you should learn. Have acceptable have basic skills. Okay? Basic skills lang yung hinahanap. Hindi yung totally na expert ka na dyan. Basic skills lang. Next, gain qualifications or have evidence of learning. Of course, when you graduate, learning doesn't stop there. Diba? After your practicum, after your pre-rev, board exam, it doesn't stop there. Okay? As you go along, no, you are still actively seeking to learn new things. Okay? Dili lang kay, mo naman to kung nahibalaan sa una. You still need to be active to learn new things. Hindi lang yung stagnant ka lang na dito lang ako talaga hanggan, ma'am and sir. Cannot accept that one. No. So you have to learn new things. Okay? So learning does not stop when you leave the school. That's always a fact, guys. And number 5, look beyond your degree. Okay? Hindi lang yung dito lang ako hanggan, yun, no? As what I have experienced, no, during my 6 years, no, sila ma'am kay tagas man sila good og mga experience, ako kay konti pa lang, doon pa lang talaga ako ni beyond sa being an event organizer. During the events of, syempre, di ba, meron tayong mga nutrition month, buwan ng wika, and then merong mga pageants dati na kailangan may event organizer with that. So, si Queenie na ibutang din ha, kay ana. So, muno pa ba ko? Or basig, God, you are thinking of the negative, pero you accept it positively na, baka I will learn from this. Diba? So, you will learn from that. You will get something from that. So, do not be afraid to take another path. So, yun ang gigamit ko. O sige, payag ako mag-event organizer. Then, yan, kumbaga ma-improve ang mga skills mo. Not only being a teacher, not only inside that 4 corners of the classroom, you go beyond with that. Diba? So, being an event organizer is good pala. Marami akong natutunan on how to handle things backstage or on stage na mga gagawin. So yan yung mga natutunan ko. So that is beyond my course. Hindi yan tinuturo, di ba? Maliban na lang siguro kung I am enrolled in the subject of Ma'am Jean na event organizing and di ba? So yan yung beyond, no? Beyond your degree. Next, be confident, but of course, be humble. Okay? Not necessary na confident ka na masyado, you forgot to be humble. Okay? So see a willingness to learn and grow. Of course, you need that one. Confident ka in developing your skills, or confident ka to show your skills and abilities, but also see the willingness to learn and grow and be open-minded to those corrections, to those kumbaga meron kasing iba na, 'di ba? Pwede naman siguro ganito ganyan. Be open-minded with that, 'di ba? Hindi ka close-minded dapat. So, baka pag-apply mo nun, much better pala talaga. So, ganun, 'di ba? Being an open-minded person also. Okay? And 7, successfully complete work experience. Okay? So, doesn't mean na kailangan mong ma-pressure sa work mo. Just finish it successfully. Everything, di ba? Kailangan lahat ng mga ginagawa mo, dapat you finish it successfully. Okay? So, I guess if you have all these things, you should be able to get a job. But it can still take time. Okay? It could still take time. The question is, do you think that is all the things you need to be more ready in the field of teaching? Yun lang ba talaga? Doon lang ba talaga sa 7 simple ways? Okay. So let me share to you a story. Maybe you are familiar with this. Maybe you know this one, but let me share to those who doesn't know this story. Okay. So there is a story many years ago of an elementary teacher. Her name was Mrs. Thompson. Okay? So if you know her, so alam niyo, kung alam niyo tong story, then maybe you should reflect again with this. Okay? As she stood in front of her fifth grade class on the very first day of school, she told the children a lie. Ano kayang lie? Like most teachers, she looked at her students and said that she loved them all the same. That's one thing na lie ng mga teachers na, we love you the same. Okay? Equally, the same ang pag-love ni teacher sa inyo. That's one thing na lie ni teacher. But, however, okay, so however, that was impossible because there in the front row, slumped in his seat, was a little boy named Teddy Stallard. Okay, so nandyan si Teddy. Okay, so Mrs. Thompson had watched Teddy the year before and noticed that he didn't play well with other children, that his clothes were messy, and that he constantly needed a bath. So sino ba naman ang teacher na gusto ng bata na messy, hindi masyado naliligo, and also don't know how to play well with other children? Ikaw na teacher, gusto mo ba yon? So in short, Teddy was unpleasant. Okay, unpleasant siya. So it got to the point where Mrs. Thompson would actually take delight, o di ba? Delight pa. Take delight in marking his papers with a broad red pen. Di ba? Kung mag-X na, ay, mali, 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 mali. Di ba? That's a delight. Ay, mali na ni siya. Oy, kung mag-essay pa, maski pagpiyungan, one regular ni siya, 1/5. O, di ba? That's the delight. No? Delight na niya na broad red pen ang ginagamit niya. So that's how she marks Teddy. So at the school where Mrs. Thompson taught, she was required to review each children's record. So magre-review na ng mga children's record. Now, she put Teddy's off until last. So gilast niya si Teddy kay kumbaga, ay, di mo ko ganahan aning bataan ni uy kay di maligo, dili pa gid makig-communicate, dili pa. Wala gyud, dili jud ko ganahan. Okay? However, when she received his file, she was in for a surprise. Okay? His first grade teacher wrote, Teddy is a bright child with a ready laugh. He does his work neatly and has good manners. He is such a joy to be around. Okay, first grade pa lang yan. Next, his second grade teacher wrote, Teddy is an excellent student. So, kanina, kay first grade, bright day na si Teddy. Well-liked by his classmate, but he is troubled because his mother has a terminal illness and life at home must be a struggle. Okay, so see what happened to Teddy. Third grade, Teddy continues to work hard, but his mother's death has been hard on him. Okay, so this starts the struggle. So he tries to do his best, but his father doesn't show much interest, and his home life will soon affect him if some steps aren't taken. So that's the message of the third grade. Next, the fourth grade teacher. Teddy is withdrawn and doesn't show much interest in school. He doesn't have many friends and sometimes sleeps in class. So what happened to the transition from the first grade, second grade, third grade, and now in the fourth grade? Doesn't show much interest. Okay? Sleeps na, natutulog na siya in class. Okay? So by now, Mrs. Thompson realized the problem and she was ashamed of herself. So naulaw siya of what happened, di ba? So now, during their Christmas party. So there were presents, 'di ba? Usually pag Christmas party, oh, 'di ba? Magregalo ko kay ma'am og kuan, ganito ganyan. Uy, nagpalit gid mig bagong kuan ni mami sa mall. Oh, 'di ba? Ganyan talaga basta Christmas party. And I also experienced that one when I I taught elementary students, grade 6 ha, pero they gave me a lot. That's the perks of being an elementary teacher. So sorry sa mga BS Ed, no? So ang elementary, grabe gid na sila manghatag og regalo. Okay? So, maski pag cellphone, ihatag yun na nila sa imuha, Christmas party, di ba? So, that's Christmas party. Ang always ginahintay ni teacher is the Teacher's Day and the Christmas party as well as the graduation day, o, di ba? Hindi lang puro flowers, okay? Merong, aside from mugs, meron tayong mga unan, okay, mga bags, kahit ano, perfume, lipsticks, o sa mga lalaki naman, t-shirts, di ba, branded pa. Okay? So that's the perks of being in an elementary world. So gina-discourage na akong BS Ed. Malhinag sa BE Ed. Okay. So here comes Christmas party. Presents are all in beautiful ribbon and bright paper, except for Teddy's. This is Teddy's gift. Okay? So, Mrs. Thompson took pains to open it in the middle of the other presents. Of course, i-compare mo ba naman sa gifts na ganito, then with this, di ba? It took pain to open it in front of everybody. So, some of the children laughed when she found a rhinestone bracelet, okay, with some of the stones missing. Kuyaw ang gift, no? Ang paper bag lang, and then naay bracelet pero wala pa ang uban ng mga stones. And of course, a bottle that was 1/4 full of perfume. So nabawasan na perfume. Okay. So, she stifled the children's laughter when she exclaimed how pretty the bracelet was. So, na-exclaim siya, oh, gwapo mo din ang bracelet. Okay, so she tried also to wear or to have the perfume in her wrist. Humot man di ay ang perfume. Okay, just to stop the laughter, no, inside the classroom. Kaya syempre, maulaw yun. Kisa may ganahan nga makadawat kag, ay, murag, bawas-bawas naman pud ni ay ang perfume ay gamay na lang man pud kaayo ni oy, di ba? So kisa may ganahan mo dawat ana. So but then positive ang pagkabuhat ni Mrs. Thompson with that. Okay? So Teddy stayed after school that day, okay? That day just long enough to say, anong sinabi ni Teddy? Mrs. Thompson, today you smell just like my mom used to. So in short, those things na binigay ni Teddy sa kanya is the things sa kanyang mother. So in short, bracelet ng mother niya, perfume ng mother niya. Okay? So see? So on that very day, she quit teaching. Mrs. Thompson quit teaching what? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. Instead, she began to teach children. Mrs. Thompson paid particular attention to Teddy. So as she worked with him, his mind seemed to come alive. Okay, so naging iba si Teddy. The more she encouraged him, the faster he responded. And of course, by the end of the year, Teddy had become one of the smartest children in the class. Remember, from first grade pa lang niya, he was really smart. Okay? One of the smartest children in the class. Now, despite her lie that she would love all the children the same, Teddy became one of her teacher's pet. 'Di ba? Yan yung mga usually natin. Sino yung favorite ni teacher? Yan yung always niyang matawag. Teacher's pet. 'Di ba? Merong ganyan, teacher's pet. Now, a year later, she found a note under her door, okay, from Teddy telling her all of the teachers he'd had in elementary school, she was his favorite. Di ba? Ang sarap pakinggan na favorite ka. Okay? She was his favorite teacher. Then, 6 years went by before she got another note from Teddy. He then wrote that he had finished high school, second in his class, and she was still the best teacher he ever had in his life. See? Nag-high school na lang, si Mrs. Thompson pa rin ang best teacher sa kanya. And then, 4 years after that, she got another letter saying that he would soon graduate from college with the highest honors. Wow! Ang galing ni Teddy. And he assured Mrs. Thompson she was still his favorite teacher. Then, the 4 more years passed and yet another letter came. It doesn't stop there sa pag-finish na ng degree. This time, he explained that after he got the bachelor's degree, he decided to go a little farther. Then, the letter explained that she was still the best and favorite teacher he ever had. But now, his name was a little longer. The letter was signed by MD na siya. Okay? So, still, favorite teacher niya pa din si Mrs. Thompson. And, you see, there was yet another letter that spring. It doesn't stop there. Meron pa ding letter na na-receive si Mrs. Thompson. Teddy said he'd met this girl and was to be married. He explained that his father had died a couple of years ago, and he was wondering if Mrs. Thompson would agree to sit in the place at the wedding that was usually reserved for the mother of the groom. So see, ikaw na teacher ka lang niya dati, but now that he is going to get married, gusto niya ikaw yung magiging mother niya on that very special day of his life. Okay? So, that, of course, ni-agree si Mrs. Thompson. And guess what? She wore the bracelet, the one with several rhinestones missing, and she made sure she was wearing the perfume that Teddy remembered his mother wearing on their last Christmas together. So that was the purpose of the bracelet and the perfume, di ba? So in short, yung perfume pala is sa mother niya, last na pagyudto na scent, no? Na na-remember niya during their Christmas together. And so, they hug each other, and Dr. Stoddard whispered in Mrs. Thompson's ears, "Thank you, Mrs. Thompson, for believing in me. Thank you so much for making me feel important and showing me that I could make a difference." That's the message of Teddy to Mrs. Thompson. And of course, Mrs. Thompson, with tears in her eyes, whispered back, she said, Teddy, Teddy, you have it all wrong. You were the one who taught me that I could make a difference. I didn't know how to teach until I met you. So it's Teddy, di ba? Si Teddy ang dahilan kung bakit marunong na si Mrs. Thompson on teaching young minds, on molding young minds. So a teacher is the one who guides, may not be the one with high grades, no? A teacher is the one who inspires, may not be the one who instructs. A teacher is the one who nurtures, not the one who narrates. A teacher is the one who made us bright, and the teacher is the one who showed us the right. So, future educators, the story ends here. So you never can tell what type of impact you may make on another's life by your actions or lack of action. Consider this fact in your venture through life. So, again, always remember you are made to be an inspiration to your future students. Being a teacher is not that easy, I guess. But what is a teacher anyway? A teacher is the one who computes grades, making test questions, checking the kids if they do their homework. But I guess when I started teaching, it was all different. It's not about computing grades, making test questions, and checking the kids if they do their homework or they submitted or turned in their Google Classroom. That is what I first thought talaga. But it was different. I changed my views on what teachers really are. Because teachers don't change the world to be a better place, but they change the lives of their students to be better day by day. Teachers are igniting a spark in a child's eyes that lights up your day. It means a job that feels like business and more like pleasure. It means being a child superhero, if only for an hour. When you ask which subjects I love to teach, I answer this way and smile. It's not the subjects that matter. It's all about teaching the child. So, may let's have this video first. Okay? I hope I could share this one. Klaro ba, Ma'am Jean?
Walay audio, ma'am. Naga-play na siya, ma'am.
Yes, pero okay lang walay audio.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So, let's just read this.
Wala naga-change, ma'am Queen.
Stop share sa ma'am. Tapos
Yeah.
share again.
Ha?
Stop share sa tong PowerPoint kanina ma'am.
Wait.
Tapos share again.
Ah, share screen. This one. How about that, Ma'am Jean? This one? Okay na ba?
Okay na, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. So sooner or later, after your internship, or when you are in the real world of teaching, uh, you can hear those words from your students, no, from your students, or maybe during your internship you will hear those words from them, your future students whom you taught them to be better, not just for the world but for their own. So before I end, let me share this one to you. The test of a good teacher is not how many questions he can make his pupils that they will answer readily, but how many questions he inspires them to ask him which he finds it hard to answer. Because saying, I am ready to work, I am ready for this job, and I am ready for this challenge is easy to say, but hard to prove to everyone. Remember, interns, that we teachers creates all other professions. But before you can teach them, you should be what? A good teacher. It is like a candle, it consumes itself to light the way for others. Because to teach young minds is to touch a life forever. Always remember that a teacher takes a hand, opens a mind, and touches a heart. But of course, it takes a big heart to help shape little minds. Future educators, have this in mind, that good teaching is one-fourth preparation and three-fourth theater. Be ready to give your best shot in portraying the noblest profession in the world, being a teacher. The main question is not about, are you ready for work? But it is, are you ready to mold and inspire young minds? The answer is all yours. Once again, good morning, educators.
All right. Thank you so much, Mom Queenie, no, for that heartwarming discussion. Thank you for sharing that story to us. And we still have time. If you have any questions to Mom Queenie, you can turn on your microphone and speak. No questions? Okay. Thank you once again, Mom Queenie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that sums up the first day of the internship orientation with the theme Shaping Oneself Towards Becoming a 21st Century Teacher. And we hope that you will bring with you always the knowledge that you learned from today's orientation. To the faculty of the College of Teacher Education, to the participants, the interns of the College of Teacher Education, to our speakers, and to everyone who's been with us from the beginning of this event, thank you so much for making this program successful. And I'd like to ask the participants to stand by before the program, after the program end for the timeout attendance. And before we formally end, I'd like to ask everyone to turn on your cameras for the pictorial, please. Okay, one, two, three. Isa pa. One, two, three. All right. And now we will formally end this internship orientation with a prayer led by Miss Ella Canindo.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of our Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this wonderful day that you have given to us. We thank you, God, for all of the lessons that we have learned today. Lessons about personality development, mental health, and readiness level. May all the lessons that was discussed today serves as a catalyst to move forward and cause us to advance and see growth in all areas of our lives. This we ask, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Elle. Thank you, Ma'am Effie,
Thank you,
Ma'am Queenie, and Ma'am
ma'am. Thank you,
Loy.
Ma'am
Thank you,
Queen.
Thank you
everyone.
Ma'am
too.
Loy.
And to
Thank
everyone
you.
Thank
who
you. Thank you, Ma'am.
participated, wait lang guys, kay maghatag ko og link for the logout for the participants. And also, please be reminded that we also have our second day of internship orientation next week, Friday, at exactly the same time, 8:30 a.m. log in. Because we will have another set of topics for next week. Okay. So thank you so much for your participation, and thank you again, Jane. Thank you, Jane, for hosting this event. Thank
Welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.